good either way this time. Negative 45 divided by 9. I'm kind of checking for understanding. So I need to know whether you understand. And so we're going to do a little bit of showdown. Okay? So we are going to use the whiteboards for just a little bit. Negative 45 divided by 9. Showdown.
Wait, hold on. I know it.
All right. As I look around the room, the majority of this classroom says that equals negative 5. You are absolutely correct. How do I check division? By multiplying. And negative 5 times 9 equals negative 45. Okay? Number 6. Here, just a simple answer. Is the answer on number 6 going to be positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay. Now, how do you know it's positive? How do you know it, Kennedy?
If you multiply or divide numbers with the same sign, then it equals positive, even if the two numbers aren't.
That is an awesome explanation. She said, if you multiply or divide two numbers with the same sign, you always get a positive answer. That is absolutely correct. So what is the final answer? Negative 144 divided by negative 12. Kenai, what do we get? 12. Good job. Good job. This is basically what Kennedy just told us, only in her own words. If you multiply or divide two integers and they have the same sign, the solution is always going to be this positive. If they have different signs, the solution will always be negative. Good. Do the division. Negative 54 divided by 6. These are just simple division statements. What is the quotient of negative 54 divided by 6? What is that quotient? Cooper? Negative 9. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
By definition, what is quotient? Somebody raise your hand and tell me what quotient is. Sophia? The answer to a division statement. Good. Number 5. What's my answer going to be? Write it on your whiteboard quickly. Negative 49 divided by 7. Nice job, ladies and gentlemen. Negative 7. 21 divided by negative 3. What's the answer going to be over there, Mr. Caden?
7.
He says 7. Do you agree with him?
Yes.
No.
Negative 7.
Okay, Caden, the class disagrees because I have two integers. One is positive, one is negative. The solution or the quotient has to be negative. Okay? All right. We're going to evaluate using a variable, but before we do that, do you have a question? Do what? Are you sure? Okay. Now, if I'm going to evaluate something, I have to figure out or solve this. Now, I have x equals 8 and y equals negative 4. What do I do with that information? What am I going to do with it?
You switch out those numbers for.
You substitute in the equation what the numbers are in place of the variables. So is this now the new statement? Okay? How do I start out with it? What am I going to do first? What's the order of operations tell you? What do you think there?
You do the 10 minus 8 to the second power.
No, I can't because order of operations says parentheses and then followed by the exponents. I have an exponent. So I have to do this one first, okay? Nice try though. What is 8? Is it 8 times 2 or is it 8 times 8, ladies and gentlemen? 8 times 8. 64. Now, what do I do next? What am I going to do next, Paige? Divide what? 64 divided by -4. I've got to do this next. Order of operations. What is 64 divided by -4? Tanner.
16.
He says 16. Okay, is he right?
Negative.
Got to be a -16. Now I have 10 minus a -16. What do we know about the subtraction rules of integer? What do you know about the subtraction rules of integers, Ben? Add opposite. Subtraction is addition of the opposite. What's the final answer, ladies and gentlemen?
26.
Okay. Did it take several steps?
Yes.
Is it doable?
Yes.
Sure it is. You're going to get a chance to do some of this on your homework. Caden,
Can we sing the song?
not right now. Okay, I want you to do number 7. You practice number 7. It says A divided by B, so you're going to have to do your substitution. Okay, so good. Okay, what is my division statement? What should my division statement be? Gabriel.
-18 divided by -6.
Okay, -18 divided by -6, and when I do the math,
So be positive.
it has to be a positive because they're both a negative.
Yep.
Okay, so it's now a positive 3.
Because two negatives.
Okay, only in math. Only in math. Do 8. Do number 8.
Okay.
Now, if I rewrite it and I substitute in, I have -18 plus 6. That's as if there's one. Okay. Hang on, that would be.
It's -18 plus -6.
No, ma'am, it is not. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. No, that's right. That's right. Yeah, no, I know, but I said she was wrong. I'm getting off. All right, guys. This says -18 plus 6 divided by 3. I have to simplify that numerator before I do anything. I've got a decimal, or I've got a fraction. So it's like saying that I have parentheses around this part. So I have to do that first. And when I do this part first, I end up with -12 divided by 3, which equals -4. Okay? Yes, sir?
Drew is not getting I'm confused.
Okay, I'll come over there on the next one, okay? All right. This says b squared divided by a plus 4. B squared divided by what number? You tell me. Negative. There we go. -2 plus 4. You got it.
Oh, I thought you had to do something here. You had to wait. Go down.
Okay. Yes. Yes, 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 no. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We've got kiddos answering on this one. I'm seeing 6 and 2. Only one of those is correct. What, the parentheses says, what am I squaring? What number am I really squaring? Tanner?
-6.
-6 times -6 is
36.
positive 36 divided by -18. What's positive 36 divided by a -18? What does that have to be equal to, Jillian? That has to be a -2 plus 4. I have a -2 plus 4. So my final answer has to be 2.
Why did I say negative?
My final answer has to be a 2. Here we go. Remember, if I have 2 negatives and I have 4 positives, these zero out. What's left behind? The 2 positives. Okay? Question, Tanner?
Where'd you get the parentheses from?
Because I kept this -6 together.
Got it.
Because that's what B was, and so I kept it together. All right? Okay, let's see what we can do with this stuff. We're going to apply it. Real world application, as in story problem. You measure the height of the tide using the support beams of the pier. Your measurements are shown in the picture. What is the mean hourly change in height? Okay. I've got 59 inches and I've got 8 inches. To get the mean, don't I add the data together and divide by the number of entries, right?
Yeah.
But this is talking about hourly. So I'm going to have to divide by the number of hours that's being represented. Okay? So I have 59 plus, now it's going to be a negative, isn't it?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
It's going down. Hold on, let me read.
Yeah.
Did the tide drop?
Yeah, it's negative.
Did the tide drop? What do you think, Tanner?
Yeah, it did, but we're not adding how much the tide dropped. We're adding what the tide was at 8 p.m. So
Well, at 2 p.m., how many hours do we have?
4.
We've got
6.
4. Yeah. We have 6 hours that we're dealing with. Okay? Is the tide rising or dropping?
Dropping.
Your measurement is the height of the pole, your measurements are shown, what is the mean hourly
You
change?
don't,
So it really doesn't matter, but I do have to know the difference, don't I?
yeah, you don't add this.
But I could add a -8. Or, as you're saying, yes, I could just subtract the 8. And what do you get when you do the subtraction?
51.
So what was the mean hourly change? I'm gonna divide that by what?
Inches.
6 hours.
Inches.
6 hours.
It's not a negative.
So what is the mean hourly change in the height? You got it calculated?
Is it 8?
It's 8.5.
8.5
Yeah.
inches?
Yep.
Now, my question would be this, is it increasing or decreasing?
Oh, negative.
So isn't that gonna be a negative then?
Yep.
If I wanna know what the change is, I need to know the direction, don't I? So it's a -8.5 inches per hour. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you feel about dividing integers? Fist to 5. 5 being I got this, no problem. Yep. 0 meaning, man, I haven't got a clue.
Boy.